Right, firstly, I am sorry this video is late. I've been very busy. So videos will now be on every Friday, if I can actually stick to that. Anyway, lads, how is everybody? We good? Nice. So, after around a year of making games, I've officially released 4 games across Windows, Mac and Android platforms. I've learned an absolute ton about coding, design, marketing and so many other aspects of game development. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys what I've learned and the things I remember when I start a new project. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, Blakey here and welcome back. So as you guys know, I am well into my game dev journey and like mentioned, I've learned a lot. So I'm going to be sharing that with you guys today. What I do want to point out is that I am no expert, in fact far from it. Actually, if you've been here for a while, you'll know I'm actually a bit of an idiot. So take what you hear today with a grain of salt. Anyway, I just wanted to say, not everything I say or have learnt you may agree with, but feel free to take these thoughts into your next project. And if you have anything you have learnt, please do leave it in the comments. I would love to have a discussion with you guys. One more thing, if you want to go join the community, go and join our Discord server in the link below, where we chat every day about literally any topic, and me and Me6 just argue. Link in the description, lads. Finally, now I'm back at college and work, the videos are going to drop down to one weekly video rather than every 3 to 4 days, as I really don't have much time at all. Apologies for that. Anyway, enough of me waffling on, let's get a move on. Right, so the first thing I want to say right off the bat is obvious but so important. Playtest. Playtesting is so important, it is insane, especially when you're someone like me. When making Silhouette Dash, link in the description, I thought I'd finished it about 7 times, then played it and found absolute game-breaking bugs on so many different occasions. Playtesting can also help you define general areas you aren't happy with, or areas that might just not be fun to play, stuff like that. Seriously, if you think you have finished it, play it again and again. You will find something you aren't happy with. I think the Mafia remake that came out recently probably could have done with some more playtesting. But who am I to say anything? I'm sure you have all seen the questionable style I went for when checking for the ground in my game. But yeah, we won't talk about that. Moving on. The previous point does bring me on to my next point, and that is don't try to make the perfect game. And I say this because you will basically never find a game project where you publish it and say that is perfect, nothing can be improved. The way I see it is you have to put your game into a threshold that you are happy with, and what I mean by that is the game should be in a state where sure you could add more features or this or that could be changed, but those things don't need to happen and won't make the game better. Perfectionism is completely subjective, so make sure you are happy with it. Don't worry about being on the dot perfect. Damn, I actually almost sounded smart then. I gotta slow down. I learnt this especially with my most recent game, which was a small game for a game jam called Crystal Lost. If you don't know, a game jam is where you basically make a game in a very short amount of time. What you quickly learn is you cannot make the perfect game. Like I said, you need to make a game within a threshold where you are genuinely happy with the project and it can be published. Right, on to the next point. If you are doing game dev on your own with no team, it is really important to put yourself in all aspects of development. What I mean by that is you can't forget to learn code or practice art or even try to make some music. Learn how to market your game, promote it, everything. Because when you aren't so good at one part of development, it will show in the game. If you make brilliant pixel art for your game but you can't code at all, it will definitely show and players won't be able to actually appreciate the game for its art or whatever you consider the strongest aspect of it. I'm going to combine this with another point as it's related, and that is to spend a lot of time learning code and not just practicing basic coding. Learn good practices, learn what makes efficient, clean code. It's not about just making code that works in game dev, it's hugely about making it clean, optimized, easy to read and versatile for changes. For example, you may need to check something only once in a level, so putting that check into the update function where it's checked every frame may not be optimal and could cause frame rate drops. But you guys should probably know that way better than me anyway. And also, if anything, it's simply good practice to have knowledge in multiple fields, as you never know what you're going to be needed for in the future. Disclaimer, I am still a noob. Don't think I'm good at programming, because I can absolutely assure you I'm not. Literally, just go play my games and it'll confirm what I'm talking about. Anyway, next. Here's one thing you know me for, taking breaks. Because I am the CEO of being inconsistent. For real though, I took like 4 months off not doing any game dev this year, and I came back and enjoyed it a lot more than beforehand. My point is, if you aren't feeling it, take a break. It may not be a case of you needing to quit game dev, just time to reflect and just have time not doing any game dev, because believe me, it gets like that. This kind of work definitely requires breaks from time to time. I can imagine if I didn't take any breaks, my game would have given off the same energy as PS1 Hagrid. My game honestly turned into a bit of a bug infested hell, and I couldn't fix it. I couldn't make more levels, work on anything. It honestly felt like the project was over. Coming back from a break made such a difference and allowed me to see the game from a new perspective. So yeah, don't be afraid to take a break from your game. Here's a tip that I basically carried through every project I've made, and that is to set small goals. Every hour, every day, every week, you know. Just as often as you can, set these tiny goals to help push through those times where game dev feels like more of a chore and not a hobby. I'm going to give some examples. In Silhouette Dash, I wrote out multiple lists of things needed. So to fix bugs there's one list, and another to make levels, and another to make content. Then within those lists, I have the specific bug level mechanic or whatever it is. It is quite insane how effective I find this. I tend to get distracted easily if I don't have set goals in mind. So setting out to fix or develop one thing by the end of the day will really increase the chance of me actually getting that thing done. Don't go and say you will make a game in 2 years. You probably won't. But saying you can make a level or build a main menu in 1 day or 1 week, that's practical, realistic and incredibly effective for smashing your goals on a daily basis. Game dev is all about productivity, and this method will massively tip this in your favour. One big thing I will always remember from game dev is to do your research on the market. Follow games that inspire you. What can you take from that game but make it your own? What made that game popular? Why did you enjoy that game? Also, you need to know what the gamers of that chosen genre enjoy playing the most, and why is that? As well as this, what does your community specifically want? Because at the end of the day, that is where your traffic will come from. No matter how big or small, listen to them. You need to have their best interest at heart, because at the end of the day, they are your consumers. You guys know in many decisions, I listen to what you have to say, whether that is from YouTube, my Discord, Instagram or anything. I'll ensure to have your opinion on current topics about my games or videos, and that's helped me bring me closer to the community in many ways, as well as make games that are more fine-tuned for the community. Right, that right there was a large amount of info folded into a YouTube video. I have way more to share, but for today I will leave it with that. Again, I'm so sorry that this video has been late. It's been a bit of a chaotic few weeks, but hopefully I'll be back on the YouTube grind once again. If you enjoyed, do subscribe. We're trying to reach that 450 sub mark. Guys, I will thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.